guys want to learn about a priceless tool that's like gold to traders, well, you guys have come to the right spot. Hi everyone, and welcome to Trade Easy. My name is Anna, and today we're going to be learning about an extremely valuable tool. This is a tool that should not be underrated or disregarded, okay? When it comes to this tool, we get so much information. Today we're going to be speaking about how to use the measuring tool, right? So what is the measuring tool? We're over at tradingview.com. This is the app, right? I'm using it through the iPad. And over in the tools menu, if we scroll over to literally tools, right? There's favorites and there's tools. We're going to see a little icon that looks like a ruler. All right, it's going to be titled measure. So this is our measurement ruler. And what it does is incredible. Not only does it measure volume for us, it actually also measures time frames, right? So for example, if we're in a trade, let's say we enter the trade right here, okay? Right, we see this setup, whatever, we see this big engulfing candlestick. We see the possibility of this coming and we enter our trade right here, right? This is our starting point right here. Okay. Gonna make it yellow. Okay, this is our starting point. We're going up towards a buy, right? And our buy goes like this. It goes like this, then it goes down a little bit, goes up, down a little bit, up, until you reach this candlestick right here. Okay? We want to know, hey, ultimately, how long did this trade take? Like, we want to know how long these movements are going to take, right? We want to know how long we're supposed to stay in the trade. When we're backtesting and we're studying the market, these are really important things to look at. So we can actually go into our tools and grab this measurement tool, right? And it's going to tell us two very important, my God, I cannot speak. Two very important pieces of information. One, it's going to give us the volume. So if we want to know, starting from here, how many pips do we get starting from here to here? And what are pips, guys? Pips are movements, right? Movements in the market. That's a metric measuring system. That's how we measure volume, right? There's a few ways to measure volume. As you guys know, we can measure it through ticks. We can measure it through points, but we here measure it through pips, right? We just feel that it's best. So if we look over, it's actually telling us that we're at 118 pips, right? The other ones are ticks on the left. On the right, it's giving us the pip count, which is 118, right? It's telling us that it took 14 bars. Now remember, each candlestick or bar represents 1 hour in this specific example. So that means that 14 bars represent 14 hours, right? Which is not bad. That's a little over half a day. For 118 pips, right? Let's suppose that we have, we're gonna pull up our calculator really quick. Should have the app here. This one. Oh, this is the one we want. All right, so we said how many pips? Oops. 118. So if you put 118 times $5 per pips, then on this trade we would have made $590 USD. Okay, so you guys need to understand that even in this little movement right here to here, which took 14 hours, we made $590 if we were trading at $5 per pip. Okay, which is very, very decent, right? Who could use $590 extra to play with? Or you just press buy, let it rock for 14 hours and get out here. That's not bad, right? Let's try it again. Let's see the power of the measurement tool. Let me go ahead and put our ending point right here so we don't get confused. Start, end. Okay, we made 590 there. I'm gonna set up for a real trade as if I was doing a real trade right now. If you guys want to take my course, I'll show you guys how to set up these trades. Alright, here we go. We have some consolidation going on. Market pops out, retest back inside the box with the wick, and heads upwards, right? So we're in consolidation. We pull up our measuring tool, right? You notice consolidation somewhere around here. We wait exactly 13 hours before our trade gets activated. And it took a total from setup all the way to our exit, took 19 hours, less than a day. And we reached 146 pips. So how much is that in dollar amount? Let's go over to our calculator. And this is information I'm getting from the measurement tool, guys. I wouldn't know if it wasn't for the measuring tool how much we're getting. So let's check again because I already forgot, but thankfully the ruler can always remind me, the measurement tool. So from here, from breakout point to here, it was 133 pips. So 133 times 5 equals 665 USD. Okay. The power of the measuring tool, right? The measuring tool let me know how much I made. It let me know how long it took, 19 hours in this case. Okay, that lets me calculate. If I'm able to get this every day, just as an example of what's possible, Monday through Friday. Oops. This is how much we can make in a week, guys. Okay? And it's all shown to us using one little tool. I'm gonna do it one more time. I see a downtrend happening right here. Very clear break and retest. Break here, retest here, upwards. Handy dandy measuring tool. We're gonna go from the area it broke out. And this one was a little bit less, it was 79 pips, which is still not bad. Still very decent. And once the trade was activated, so meaning right here, breakout. Oops, you know what, let me try that again. Make sure I got it right. So breakout happened right here. Okay, actually I measured it wrong. It was 83 pips and it took 10 hours. Less than half a day. So 83 pips. $415 USD in 10 hours. One more. And then I trust that you guys should know how to use a measuring tool after seeing this. Okay, we see a breakout right here. Quite a retest. Retested. It would have gone in. It would have brought us back here, but eventually given us this drop right here. We're gonna measure two things now. We're gonna measure how long it would take for us to make a profit, and we're gonna also measure how much in reversal we had to risk in order to stay in this trade. So 22 pips, not bad. And we made 81 pips, right? So we risked 22 pips, made 81 pips. So if we risk 22 pips, times it by how much we're risking. We're risking $110. We made how much? 81 pips. To make $405. So look at this, guys, right? We made this in a day. We made this, I think, in a day. Let's double check. Yeah, a day and 3 hours. We made this in about a day. This is already over $1,400. This is an example of how powerful one little tool can be, right? This really provides a lot of crucial information. We want to know how much money we're getting. We want to know how long it's taking. We want to be able to strategize on how we're able to get that money, right? So don't underestimate the power of the measuring tool, guys. And now you guys know how to properly use the tool. I encourage you guys to always double check all of your information. And we'll be seeing you on the next video.